kids that probably, with loads of talent in sport in this country, who just get missed, don't they? They don't get the break that perhaps you had. And I guess something like this gives more kids the chance to discover their talent.
Yeah, I think it's important because when you're at that kind of age, 15, 16, 17, that's the time where you don't often get as much financial support as you need and the support around you. So I think it's good for Jaguar to get involved and help the next generation come through.
And how have you been? Because you've had a crazy time since becoming world champion, haven't you? Since the summer, done all sorts of things. You breakfast at number 10, winning Cosmopolitan magazine awards. Where do you finish in sports personality? Third, yeah, it's pretty good. Baking cakes on TV as well, because you're a bit of a chef, aren't you?
I'm a little bit of a chef, yeah. I'd like to take on Gordon Ramsay and Jamie Oliver one day. No, yeah, been busy and yeah, obviously training and competing a bit indoors and getting ready for major championships this year. So it's been a busy time, but it's going well.
Hang on, let's not just say competing a bit indoors. Everything you've done has been absolutely brilliant. You're beating long-standing records. You're getting personal best every time you compete. You've had a little bit of a foot injury, but you're okay, aren't you, for that?
Yeah, the indoors has been good. I mean, I've not done as many indoor competitions as I had planned just because of that I've had the foot niggle. But no, the competitions that I have done have been really good. The British record in hurdles and indoor PB at the high jump and yeah, bits and bobs everywhere. So it's been going well and hopefully I can go out to Doha and do something special there as well.
Has winning the world title in the summer, Jess, has that done something to you in terms of your confidence? Because you've never looked back really since then.
Yeah, I think so. I think definitely when you get the opportunity to stand up on the podium, you take great confidence from that, and you know you can achieve those goals. So I think I have taken a lot of confidence from last year into this year, and I'm hoping that's going to stand me in good stead for the rest of the year.
Now look, we've just seen Denise Lewis here, who has the British heptathlete record, which you want to beat.
I would love that record. Yeah, I don't know if she wants me to take it, but no, it's a brilliant British record and a great score, great performance, and if I can get close to that, then I'd be very happy lately.
Well, she's here now. Why don't you just have a face-off immediately?
And just ask for it. Can you just pass it over to me?
No, have a mini heptathlon here and now.
We could, yeah. Shall I ask her?
Well, you could do. Listen, we're going to get you now. We're going to put you on the spot. We're going to shame you. We're going to embarrass you.
Oh, now I'm going to walk off.
You promised Sportsvibe that you would make us, particularly me, a blackberry and apple pie. You made this promise in December. It's now March. Are you a girl who doesn't deliver?
No. I'm just refining my recipe, making sure that it's the best recipe possible. I've been doing a bit of trial and error. I think I've got the recipe now, so it'll be coming to you very soon.
Well, you're putting too much into your athletics and your training, and not enough into your blackberry and apple pies.
Okay, I'll try and balance things up a bit.
So do you promise now, here and now, live and exclusive on Sportsvibe, that you will make us that pie?
I promise now.
Fantastic. Steve, what brings you here?
I'm one of the patrons for the Jaguar Academy of Sport, and what a list of names that we've got as patrons and ambassadors. It's pretty incredible. I suppose what the Jaguar Academy is all about is giving the next generation of sports stars their chance with a little bit of financial support and also the expertise of all us of patrons and ambassadors. That I'm really pleased to be involved in it. Is that we've got this decade of great sporting events coming up. I suppose the pinnacle from my point of view is London 2012 and the games coming to our country in this great city. But funding will be reduced after that, there's no doubt about it. There's been a big boost of summer sports for the finance at that point of it. But where our next generation are going to come from is that they're going to be motivated, excited from all the elements that have happening in this so-called decade of sport, and we've got to make sure that they get the opportunity of the finance to be able to get to the next level, but also of the expertise. And one of the things that the Academy is all about is about of handing down some of the information.
I mean, you could have done something like this. Well, maybe not you, because to be fair, you did reasonably okay as a sportsman.
I did okay.
But nevertheless, something like this didn't exist, and who knows how many Steve Redgraves have been lost to British sport over the years.
No, it definitely is that I did reasonably well, as you say, but I think I would have made it to the top a little bit quicker if there was sort of the people at the grassroots who were performing quite well internationally as I came into the sport would have been able to help me. I was seen as more of a threat to their status in some ways, and if sort of tips of the trade of tips within training or how to conduct yourself or within racing and stuff like that. I remember racing at Henry Royal Regatta once and getting beaten by a lightweight rower. It was world champion at the time, and one of the guys at the top of the sport at the time said, well, why did you race him like that? Everyone knows that he's a bit of a plodder, he doesn't go off very fast, but he just keeps on going. I didn't know that. I blasted off into the lead, thought I'd kill him off in the first 500, 750 metres of the race, and got quite a big lead, and then he just chipped away and wore me down until I sort of fell apart. Now, if he told me that beforehand, I might have raced my tactics a little bit differently. Instead of leading by 3 lengths, of just taking the natural speed I had off the start and use that as an advantage without killing myself to do it, I might well won that race. So it's sort of passing all that information down. There's so many different pieces of really important advice that can be handed down for all sorts of different things.
Now, you've just come back from Vancouver, Steve. We saw you before you left, and you were promising that you'd hit the ski slopes if possible. Did you manage to get on Whistler?
I did. I got out there. I did 2 half days. So in 3 weeks, not a great deal. 1 day, beautiful conditions, blue skies, absolutely fantastic skiing weather. I had a great time. The next time I went, it was a little bit sort of rainy and a bit sleet. wasn't so good, but it's always fantastic to get out on the slopes.
So Michael Vaughan, it's March and you have a tan. Explain.
Well, a winter in South Africa helped. I topped up with a week in Bangalore and then a week in the slopes in the Alps. So it snowed in the morning, the sun came out in the afternoon, being a bit close to the sun, high up at 2,500 metres. It just tops up the time a little bit.
Now, you had a great time in South Africa, and if I may say so, you've kept your shape, which, considering you're part of Test Match Special, which rumour has it means lots of cake, you've done very well.
Yeah, I was slightly disappointed that I didn't see any cake. The majority of the food ate in South Africa, the Test Match Special team, was built on the old South African dry meat, so slightly disappointed. I've no doubt start in May time in England and the cakes will roll in at Lord's starting against Bangladesh. I've tried to train, to be honest, to try and keep myself in trip by doing a little bit of bike work now, so I don't really want to become one of these ex-players that start to get 2 and 3, 4 chins, like Ian Botham.
Who of course is here today
yeah.
at the Jaguar Academy of Sport. You might put that one to him later, or maybe not. Now listen, you were a supreme master craftsman when it came to batting. I think we all know that. But when you saw some of those shots Owen Morgan was playing, what did you make of that?
Well, I just think it's the modern game. I love the fact that Owen Morgan can play those kind of shots under pressure. He's undoubtedly been doing it for years in the nets and practicing and getting to a stage where it becomes just another shot. His reverse switch, his whack over square leg reverse style is just like my current drive. He's practiced it many times and he can play it under pressure. I just think it's the modern game. It's great. And he's the reason why I think England will become a very good one-day team, because he's a batter that we haven't had in the middle of the innings for such a long time. We're just lacking a power hitter at the top. Maybe Casewitton will be the answer to that. But Owen Morgan is definitely the missing link in the England batting order in the middle. Someone that can score boundaries off spinners in the middle of the innings, and that's what's going to be needed in the subcontinent next year. So all's looking good for Owen Morgan.
Now, a lot of cricketers wonder what they're going to do themselves when they retire. You're moaning about not having a spare moment.
I'm busy. It's
what are you up to?
I think when you retire, you always have a slight worry that you're not going to be busy and no one are going to want to use your time. But I've been very fortunate that I've got involved in lots of little projects, and obviously I work with the BBC and Channel 5 this summer, Telegraph work and Jaguar and Vodafone and NatWest. It's been a busy time, but I'm enjoying it. I enjoy travelling and being away and visiting different countries and getting involved in different projects, so I'm enjoying it.